Sometimes, you see these numbers so much, and, every single day it's like, dang, that's an angel number, that's an angel number, that's an angel number, right? Um, and you start to think, like, is this really an angel number, right? Welcome to my channel. I am Naila Ma'at, and today I want to talk about seeing angel numbers all the time, and you're seeing them so much, and you're beginning to think, like, is this really a sign? Is this an angel number, or am I just making it up, or am I just like trying to make it be an angel number, right? If you've ever had like that question or that feeling pop up, then this is the video for you, okay? Um, Sometimes, I see angel numbers so much that, I sometimes even question, like, it's like a burst of excitement when you see the angel number, right? When you see the angel number, it's like you get excited. You're like, wow, okay, why do I keep seeing this? Or, wow, like it keeps showing up. Like I keep seeing 1111, or I keep seeing 222, I keep seeing 444, right? And it's like exciting, because you're receiving guidance. You're, receiving angelic divine guidance. And but you're getting the messages, you're getting the signs, the synchronicities, the repeating numbers are showing up so much for you, and you're seeing them so often, and you begin to question, like, am I really seeing an angel number, or am I just trying to make it be a sign? So before I go ahead and dive into the content for today, um, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed and you want to learn more about this type of information. So, first of all, what are angel numbers? Like, what is an angel number, right? So, each and every one of us, when we were born, we were assigned angels, right? Each and every one of us were given angels as our guides, as our protectors, and whatnot from the day we were born, right? From even probably from when we were formed in our mother's womb, right? And, some of us were assigned a couple, it just depends on, your path, how many angels you were assigned, right? But everybody was assigned an angel, right? So our angels have been there since the beginning, always been there for us. And they communicate to us in many different ways, right? There's many different ways that our angels can, get our attention and, communicate with us or give us guidance, right? But one of those ways is with numbers, right? And they're called angel numbers. So the reason why they use numbers is because numbers are a universal language, right? Numbers are the same no matter who you are, where you are in the universe, right? 1 plus 1 equals 2. And 1 is 1, 2 is 2, right? Numbers don't change, numbers don't lie. And so numbers are a way that the angels, our divine angelic guides, use to protect or use to communicate to us. So usually these numbers will come up, as like in repeating sequences. So they'll show up like repeating ones or repeating twos, or you may see like 1111 or 111, 222, 333, 444, and there's an infinite amount of possibilities that these numbers can show up for you, and it all depends on you, and it also depends on if a specific number is important to you, right? So it doesn't always have to show up as the same number. Like it doesn't always have to be repeating fours or repeating twos or repeating ones, right? It can also show up as another number that has a significant meaning to you. So for example, for me, sometimes I may see 828 or 828 because my birthday is August 28th. So it's 828. So whenever I see 828, then I know, like I get an intuitive feeling that, that's a sign from my angels. They are, letting me know that they're here supporting me. They're letting me know that they are aware of me, right? They are aware of me. They see me, they know me, right? They're here with me. And it's just like that sense. I get that type of feeling whenever I see, my birthday, right? Often I see it like on a license plate. Whenever I'm driving, like, I might see it on the license plate that's right in front of me, right? And so it's like, you know, it's just a sense of love that I feel whenever I see 828, right? So it could be any number that may be significant to you. Another one for me is 817 because growing up, one of my best friends when I was growing up, her birthday was August 17th. And I find myself seeing 817 very often, 817. So it can be any number that is significant to you. So it doesn't always have to show up in, a repeating sequence. Um, so how do you know if it's really a sign or if it's just you, trying to turn it into something that it really isn't, right? Um, as I was explaining in the beginning of the video, sometimes, you see these numbers so much and, every single day it's like, dang, that's an angel number, that's an angel number, that's an angel number, right? Um, and you start to think like, is this really an angel number, right? Or, am I just like trying to force it to be one, right? So, and what inspired this video is because someone actually asked this question under one of my previous videos. And this was a very good question. They wanted to know, like, are they really seeing angel numbers? Or are they just making it up, right? Like, not necessarily making it up, but like just trying to force it to be a sign. You know what I'm saying? So I had that same, question. So I wanted to make a video on it. So how do you know? How do you know if it's really an angel number? So here are some ways that you can tell that it's actually a sign. And this is a divine, communication from your angels. So one, does this number show up for you on a frequent and consistent basis? All right. So, for example, do you see it multiple times in a day? Like you keep seeing 11:11. Like you saw it one time in the morning, or you saw it last night when you went to, when you went to bed. Before you went to bed, it was 11:11. Then you woke up the next day, and now you look at the clock. It's 11:11 a.m. Right? And so it's like frequent and consistent, like back to back, right? So that's one way you can tell that it's actually a sign. Like your angels want you to pay attention. They're trying to get your attention, right? Um, Another way is seeing it frequently during the week or month. So it may not, come multiple times in the same day, right? But do you see it multiple times in a week, right? As you're going about your week, you're just going about your life, and you look at the clock and it's, 1:11, or, you happen to be driving and someone's license plate says 11:11, and you see it multiple times throughout the week or even throughout the month, right? And it's showing up for you, more than once, in a week or in a month, right? So Another way is that you randomly look at the time and it's 1:11 or 11:11 or 2:22 or 3:33, 4:44, um, or 5:55, right? And this happens to you so frequently that intuitively you begin to know, you begin to sense, you begin to feel that there must be a reason for it, right? I know when I was, first beginning to see angel numbers, when I was first having my spiritual awakening, I was around 20, okay? And so I began to notice, like, I was like 20, 21, around that age. And I began to start noticing 11:11 on the clock, right? I would look at, you know, we had the digital clock on our microwave. So I would pass the microwave and it'd be 11:11, right? Or look at my phone and it's 11:11. And you like, it starts to like happen so often and you're like, what is this? Like, why do I keep seeing this? Why do I keep seeing 11:11? Like, why every time I look at the phone, it's 11:11, right? So you begin to wonder, like, it has to be something to this. Like, it can't be a coincidence, right? It has to be a reason why I keep seeing the phone at this time or keep seeing the clock at this time, right? Another one for me was seeing it at 4:44. So, all right. And, the time, seeing it on the clock, that's not the only way that it can show up, right? There are multiple ways, infinite ways that it can show up. But here are some that are ways that it shows up for me more frequently, right? So, license plates, that's the one I see it on the most. Clocks and license plates. Also, it can be on your receipts. Like, you know how all receipts have, numbers on them. They have the serial number and stuff. Like, sometimes those serial numbers have repeating numbers in them. Those are angel numbers, especially if it's one that you see often, right? Also, the total, like whatever you bought, however much it cost, that could be an angel number, right? So your total price came out to 123, right? So if you've been seeing 123 a lot, that's an angel number. That's a sign, right? And another one that just popped in my head is like, because I was having a conversation with, one of my partners or one of my friends, right? And she was like, she interviewed me, right? And she asked me to talk about angel numbers. And during our conversation in the interview, well, I think before we had our interview or whatever, and we were just, talking about, the upcoming interview and whatnot, and the topic of angel numbers. And she sent me a picture because she had went to like the grocery store and like the bakery or something. And she sent me a picture of her ticket, like the number for her spot in line, and the ticket said 333. And so like, wow, like divine confirmation, right? That's, confirmation that, we on the we on the right frequency. We're on the right path, about to do this interview and stuff like that, because threes represent communication. So, and expressing yourself, right? So let me go back. So receipts, that's another one. Also, it can, be showing up like in the likes, views, subs, subscribers, followers on social media, right? Someone's subscriber count can be like 222 or 22,200, right? Or something like that. So the views can be, 555 views or 234 likes on a video. So it can also show up in that form. I also see them on billboards, right? I'm driving on the highway, passing different billboards, and I see angel numbers. You can see them in phone numbers, so like phone numbers on billboards, or you get somebody's phone number and it has a bunch of, sevens in it, right? That's angel numbers. That's signs, right? Coming from your guides, your angels. Um, Also, I see them in movies and on TV, right? So, like, if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, I might see like the address on a building in a movie or a show, and it's an angel number because it's like a repeating number, 111 or 222, for example. So it can show up in so many different ways, and yes, all of these are signs, especially if you see these same numbers very frequently, especially if you see it on a consistent, frequent basis. All right, so that's the most important key to know, right? The most important key is that you see it frequently. You see the same numbers just about all the time. So you see the same types of numbers, whether it's 123, 234, 555, 666, 777. You're seeing the same numbers showing up, right? And because by about at this time, I done seen all the numbers, right? And the whole like the main common angel numbers, like the 111, 222, 1111, 444. I've seen all of them all the way up to 999 and 000. So I've seen all of them, over the span of my journey and the course of the years. I said I had my spiritual awakening when I was, in my early 20s. And so, you know, yes, these are all signs coming from your spirit guides, your angels, and even your higher self, because we the angels, they're all connected to us, right? Angels, ascended masters, source energy, right? If you study universal law, there's a universal law called the law of divine oneness, which says that everything is connected. So everything in the universe is connected. So even the angels are connected with us, right? We're even connected with God, right? Because our soul is a piece of source energy. Our soul is a piece of the Most High, right? So angels are a part of us, right? So when we start seeing signs and synchronicities, it's really our subconscious mind, you know, giving us clues. So that's why it's important, like, to, I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's important to meditate. It's important to, get in tune with your soul, your spirit, and make that a priority, right? All right. Let me go ahead and get back to the topic. All right. So what do you do when you see angel numbers? Um, yes, because I do want to do like a future video going more into detail of what I was just talking about, but I don't want this video to be too long. So what do you do when you see angel numbers? Okay. So when you start to see these numbers, these repeating numbers showing up for you frequently, you know, what do you do? So, one, you want to pay attention to what you were thinking about when you saw that number. So, what were your thoughts? What was going on through your head? That's going to give you a clue to what that number, that message is, right? That'll give you a clue to what the angel's message is about. Whatever you were thinking about. So, most times I can't remember or recall what I was thinking about. All right, so Another way, another thing you can do when you start to see angel numbers is to research them. So, of course, that's something that you're already doing because you're here on this video. All right. So, research these different numbers and find out their meaning, right? Um, that's how you'll begin to find out what the message is and what your angels are, wanting you to know. So you can research them. You can find them on YouTube, of course, Google, right? So if you just go to Google, you can type in whatever angel number it is. So 1111 meaning, right? Or angel number 1111, angel number 1111 meaning. Um, and just see what pops up. There'll be different blogs, right, and articles of people giving the meaning of these different angel numbers. So read the different blogs. That's what I like to do. Um, and that's what I've been doing, over the years, right? So another way is through books. So you can find books on angel numbers. And when they talk about, the meanings of the different numbers, in numerology, as well as, the angel numbers themselves, right? And it gives you a lot of insight, and it just makes things, make a lot of sense when it comes to like your life and what you're dealing with. Um, and, you know, it just helps to make things add up, right? So research them, research the meaning of the number. That's what you do when you see them. Um, Another thing that you want to do when you start to see angel numbers is go within. Okay, so what I mean by that is meditating. Okay, your soul knows, your soul has the answers. Okay, many of us, we always seek the answers outside of ourselves, we seek the answers externally, but what we really need to do is go within. Okay, and commune with our soul, because our soul knows. Our soul, right, like I said, comes from source. Our soul is infinite. Our soul has access to an infinite amount of knowledge and wisdom, and also, things from our past lives, and just records and records and records of information, um, and it's held in what is called the Akashic records. So whenever it's something that you want to know, or whenever you're seeking guidance, or you want to know what steps to take in your life, the best thing that you can do is go within, right? So start meditating daily, okay? Meditate on a daily basis. In our society, we so busy, like we just busy, right? We hate sitting still. We hate being still, but the Bible and spiritual text tell us to be still, right? When you're still, when you're calm, you calm your mind, that's when you're able to receive guidance from the divine, right? That's when you're able to receive guidance from your soul, your inner being, or your internal guidance system, right? Um, so take some time to be still. You don't have to meditate no more than 15 minutes per day, but if you can't get 15 minutes, at least try to get 5 minutes. If you can't get 5 minutes, try to get 1 minute, right? But just set that time to be able to just quiet your mind and just be still, okay? And as you go, try to, like, you know, if you start, at 1 minute or 5 minutes, as you go, try to increase it to 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes a day. I like to study Abraham Hicks, and she, talks a lot about the law of attraction and manifestation. She says that you don't have to meditate no more than 15 minutes per day. And of course, if you study Abraham Hicks, then you know that there's a woman named Esther Hicks, and she and her husband uh, began meditating, and they were able to get in tune with um, their spirit guides, and they call them Abraham. So she's able to channel her spirit guides, and she's done work over the years. She holds different workshops and stuff, and basically helps people through their um, problems, and helps them to manifest their desires and their dreams and their goals and things, right? So I listen to Abraham a lot, and many people get stuck or don't want to meditate because they think it takes too long, or whatever. But she says that we really don't have to meditate no more than 15 minutes per day, and that will help us to get in tune with source. When we clear our mind and we get in tune with our inner being, um, then we're able to quiet our mind enough to receive you know inspired action, right? We've quieted our mind enough to receive inspired action and divine guidance from source energy. Okay, so go within, right? So when it comes to what do you do when you see angel numbers, one, you want to pay attention to what you were thinking at that time. You want to research the meaning of that number, and then also go within, right? And that's the most important thing, is going within. Okay, all right. And lastly, why are you seeing these angel numbers? So why are these numbers being shown to you? Why are these numbers showing up? Why are you seeing all these angel numbers, these repeating sequences of numbers, right? So one reason is because you are having a spiritual awakening. Okay, so through society, we are taught that God is something that is off in the sky, right? And not connected to us, right? Um, and we just begin to believe and think that we're just, lowly human beings. We don't have any power, and, you know, God is off in the sky in heaven, right? But even though we're taught this, the scripture tells you that your body is the temple of the Most High, and that God lives within you. And so when you begin to have a spiritual awakening, you're awakening to the fact that you house the divine within you, and that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, and that you, in fact, are source energy, right? You are a goddess, you are a god, right? And this is mentioned in the Bible as well, in Psalms. I believe the scripture is Psalms 82:6. It says, "Ye are gods, ye are all children of the Most High." So if we are children of the Most High, then that means that we are gods as well, gods and goddesses. So we are beginning to wake up to this, right? When we've been asleep, and we've been in the dark, and disconnected from source, disconnected from God, right? um in the sense that we are not conscious that God is a part of us, and you know like Jesus says in the Bible, I and my Father are one, right? And I just talked about the law of divine oneness, right? Everything in the universe is connected. It's all spirit. It's all divine. So it's all source energy. So you're beginning to have a spiritual awakening, and that's one of the reasons why you're beginning to see these angel numbers. Okay? So most people wouldn't pay attention to these numbers, right? They may see, the numbers on like the license plate or the They may look at their phone and it's 11:11, but they just write it off. They don't pay no attention to it. It's nothing. They just go about their business, their regular day to day mundane stuff, right? Um, or they may just say like, "Oh, that's a coincidence," and don't pay no mind. But you, not you, right? Not you. You know that there's something more to it, and you want to know what it is, right? So that's another sign that you are having a spiritual awakening, because right? You are aware that there is something deeper. There's a deeper meaning, something more for you to understand about why you're seeing these numbers showing up for you like this, right? So, um, that's one. You're having a spiritual awakening, right? You're seeing these numbers. You know that there's more to it. You want to know what it is, right? And another reason that you're seeing the numbers is because your angels want to make you aware that they are here to support you, okay? So, for me, I come from a Christian background, right? Um, my mom had me in a church when I was little. We used to go to church, almost every single Sunday, right? And then I had this period where I didn't want to go to church when I was in my teenage years, and then I had a period in my, early 20s when I was like, okay, now's the time where I'm ready to go back to church, on my own, right? I want to know more. I want to, seek truth. I want to know why I'm here, right? So I was turning back to, faith and, religion, right? And so did that, went to church, as an adult and, really for my own spiritual growth. And, shortly after that, like a couple of years later, I had my spiritual awakening, and began to, have more understanding and realize that, religion really isn't for me, and, because it doesn't really teach you about your true divine power, right? These things that we're learning and discovering, about spirituality and stuff like that, um, really isn't taught in the church, right? So, um, when I was growing up, right, I knew about angels, right? I learned about angels at church through the Bible and whatnot, through the lessons and stuff like that. But, um, I didn't really, I couldn't imagine um, having this type of connection with the angels, because um, you know how when you're in church, if you need prayer, right, you go up to altar call, and the pastor, has his intercessors, right, the people of the church who pray and intercede for you to be able to communicate with the angels and stuff, to pray on your behalf, right? They have their intercessors there, to pray for you, as if you don't have that same connection with the angels to be able to pray for yourself, or be able to reach the angels in the same way that they can, right? So it's kind of like don't really you don't really know that you can actually communicate with the angels yourself, right? So when I began to see angel numbers and diving more into the study of it, and learning more about the angels, right, and getting my different messages and stuff like that, I was seeing 444 a lot, which is the number for the archangels. 4 is the number for the archangels, and 444 means that your angels are all around you, and they are letting you know that you have a divine connection. You have a strong connection to the divine, right? So that is another reason why you're seeing these numbers, because your angels are wanting you to know that they are here, right? Like I said at the beginning, let me turn the light on one sec.
seemed like it was getting dark. Okay.
Like I was saying at the beginning, right? Um, Everybody was born with their own angels, right? And when, you know, we may not be aware that we have angels and that we have a connection to the angelic realm. And so our angels, you know, they just been sitting there, in the background on the sidelines waiting for you to, give them something to do because, they're assigned to you, um, and they can't intervene on your free will. So if you don't call on them or you don't ask them for help or you don't ask them for guidance, then they can't do anything, right? So they're just sitting there waiting for us to wake up, right? Um, but when we do, they're there and they're sending us these signs and synchronicities and letting us know that they are present, right? So that's another reason why you are beginning to see angel numbers. All right. And another reason is because you are raising your consciousness. All right. So previously, we've been asleep, right? We've been in the dark, not aware of our true divine nature. And now we are beginning to become more aware, meaning our consciousness is expanding, our consciousness and our awareness is expanding and raising, right? So we are beginning to have a higher level of consciousness, right? We're not just vibrating on a low frequency anymore where we're just worried about survival or focusing on, what's going on in our um, material world or the third dimension, the 3D reality, right? We're beginning to, wake up to the fact that there are higher dimensions and um, we're beginning to wake up to the fact that um, Earth is actually moving into a higher dimension, right? It's raising to the fourth dimension. Um, and I'll create more video content on that, right? Because it's just so much, right? Um, but we're raising our consciousness, right? We're learning all sorts of hidden truths, things that have been hidden from us, and we're beginning to, find out more the truth, right? The truth is beginning to come to the light, right? So, and that is like, um, that's a sign in itself because in Revelation, in the last days and time, like things are going to be revealed. The truth is going to start to come to the light, right? The things that they have been hiding from us or keeping from us is going to start to surface. So it's it's so deep, and I just love talking about it. But that is that's it. So if you are seeing angel numbers, that's how you're able to tell that it's actually a sign, that it's actually divine communication, it's divine guidance from your angels, your spirit guides, your higher self, your soul, your subconscious mind, right? So before I let you guys go, I did want to mention that my course, Worthy of Wealth, my new course, is still available for pre order. Okay, I am still working on it. Okay, but it is still available for pre order, and soon I'll be done with, you know, the first module. So I'll give you guys access to the first module um, as I'm beginning to work on the rest of the modules. Okay, so um, module one is going to be about the subconscious mind and how our subconscious mind creates our reality. And I'm going into the science behind the subconscious mind, um, why it's the most important, um, when it comes to the conscious and the subconscious, why the subconscious is actually more important than the conscious mind, and how you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind to begin to get in alignment with abundance, all right? Your flow of abundance, because we already are abundant creatures and we have abundance flowing to us because, again, we are source energy, right? Source dwells within us. So we all have access to infinite abundance because our creator is abundant, right? So we have abundance, we just are unaware and we're blocking our flow of abundance, right? Through programming, things we've been taught, things we've experienced, things we've learned in childhood, and those things tend to block our flow of abundance if we are, not experiencing, if we are experiencing some type of lack or scarcity in our life. um, it's it is it boils down to, the beliefs that we have, that we hold in our subconscious mind. So um, that's what, module one will be about inside the Worthy of Wealth course. And I'm going to continue to, you know, add to that course. I'm still working on it, but you can pre-order it right now at a special pre-order price. So you can find that down in the description box below, and I'll also link it as the first comment in the video, under the video. So I'm so excited because it's coming along so well. So I look forward to seeing you, inside Worthy of Wealth. So that's that. Now, don't forget to like the video, and also don't forget to subscribe. If you want to learn, more about the things that I've discussed in this video, and you want to, see more content from me, then subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post or upload a new video. All right. So I appreciate you. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for tuning in and staying until the end. I greatly appreciate you. Love you, and always remember that you have the power to live beyond your dreams. I will talk to you in the next video. See you soon.